Nico Rosberg has come out and said he could beat Max Verstappen in the same car. Now, when you first hear that, your reaction is probably like mine. Come on, Nico, stay off the whiskey cokes. However, he might have a point. There's a few caveats in there. He might have a point. And his reasoning was he beat Lewis Hamilton in equal machinery in 2016. So by that, and he puts Max on the same level as Lewis. So by proxy, he could beat Max as well. Not the craziest idea in the world. Do I think that's true? I don't know. Do you think it's true? Here's the thing. Okay, let's unpack this a little bit. Nico did beat Lewis Hamilton in equal machinery in 2016. However, I don't think the Lewis Hamilton we got in 2017, 18, 19, 20, etc. is as good as 2016 Lewis. I think actually Nico beating Lewis made Lewis go to another step. So I think that's one caveat. Maybe Nico would have made that other step as well if he stuck around. We will never know. So that's the first point. The second point actually contradicts that, which is people like to very conveniently talk about, oh, Nico only beat Lewis because he had more reliability issues. Nico could quite easily and happily have won the 2014 championship. Oh, yes, everyone likes to forget about this one, but Nico beat Lewis in qualifying 10-9. Lewis Hamilton, arguably the greatest qualifier of all time. I actually think that's Charles Leclerc, but he has stuff to prove, blah, 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 different tangent. But he beat him in qualifying. Fair. And Nico also had no end of reliability issues in 2014. Again, people like to gloss over that because it doesn't fit the narrative that Nico is that motherfucking guy and did beat Lewis Hamilton. Because even though 2014 went down to the last race of the season, and Nico had engine issues in the last race of the season. It was a long shot by then, points-wise, but still, it's worth noting and worth not glossing over. Well, Lewis had loads of reliability issues. That's the only reason why Nico won. Well, Nico could have been the two-time world champion had 2014 gone his way. So let's not forget that. 2015, he was nowhere. He was in the bin. Completely in the bin, 2015. Forget about it. Could he beat Max? Daniel Ricciardo could beat Max. And Daniel Ricciardo is not that guy. As we've seen. Again, the caveat being when Ricciardo and Max were teammates, that was not the Max we have today. That was a younger, more wet behind the ears Max. Now Max is from a different galaxy altogether. The 2021 Max I thought was insane. And then we got 2022 Max. This guy's not from around here. I don't know where he's from. So really all that conversation comes down to is, do you think Lewis is better than Max? Do you think Max is better than Lewis? Do you think they're the same? Because if we're saying Lewis is as good as Max and they're the same, well, I guess, yeah, Nico could beat Max. However, the way Nico was able to disrupt the apple cart and get under Lewis's skin and play with the mind games, I'm not sure that works with Max. I'm not sure Max is going to get into that kind of rodeo. I don't think he's going to play that kind of barn dance with Nico. I think he'd be like, you play your politics. I'm not interested. Whereas Lewis, I think a slightly more, well, quite a lot more emotional guy, can allow that kind of thing to rile him up and get under his skin. Again, Max has that kind of bulletproof. I just don't think that's happening. So it's an interesting one because, yeah, you see the headline and the headline seems crazy. I could beat Nico Rosberg saying I could beat Max Verstappen in the same car. You go, whatever he's smoking, give me some. Actually, when you break it down, it's not insane. I'm not saying he would. I'm assuming we're talking about peak Max and peak Nico because obviously Nico has been sitting around with his legs up on the sofa drinking cups of teas for the last 7 years. So I don't think even he's suggesting he could rock up back into a race car after 7 years out and beat Max. But I think 2016 Nico versus 2023 Max. And then it comes down to, let's ask the question. Could Nico beat Max, first of all? And if you say no, is that you saying Max is better than Lewis? Who is better? Let's just have the conversation. Let's do it. Who's better, Max or Lewis? Could Nico beat Max? Did Nico only beat Lewis because of reliability issues? The answer is no to that, by the way. But yeah, let's talk about it.